gentlemen, if I can have your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! All right. Not really. I just wanted to get your attention.
Alright, so we are in the garage. This looks a lot like scene 1 of tour vlog number 1. So if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check that out right now. Today I want to talk about being prepared. We're going to go do a small one-off gig with Caleb folks this afternoon at a new restaurant in town. So I'm just going to go through my rig and what I'm bringing. This is just going to be a small acoustic gig where I'm going to just be playing some lead guitar, but nothing really crazy. So let's go ahead and check out what I'm working with. On the right, you can see a couple guitars. We'll go through that in a second. I'm actually waiting right now on a new mono dual case to come in. So once I get that in, I'll post a video of a review of the mono dual. But for now, let's go through the Pelican, and then we'll go through what's in the guitar cases. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. All right, so let's see. What do we got in here? So I got the PRS and 020, all my cables, couple stands, pedal board. On the far end, I got my iPad and my in-ear case. So let's go ahead and deconstruct some of this stuff. So let's start with the small stuff, the cables. Let's see what I got. A bunch of instrument cables, a couple IECs, a long IEC just in case. And you'll notice I got everything kind of tied up with these cable ties just to keep everything organized. I like to bring one extra of every single cable. It might sound a little too redundant, but in my experience, you can never have too much redundancy. Other than the cables, I do sing, so I brought a mic stand and I have the boom arm right here, as well as underneath that you'll see the boom and the main pole to a short stand. That's for my guitar amp. Up here you'll see I got the PRS. I got that facing down. I got some padding under there, as well as you'll see padding on the sides just to keep that kind of in place, as well as I got some padding lifting up the mic stand off of the case. Something you got to think about when you're packing up cases like this is it's going to lay flat, but it's also going to stand up straight. So you have to think about where that weight's going to go. So that's why I have the amp setting up this way, so when I stand the case up, the amp will be standing up like normal. And then the weight on top isn't too bad. It's just the pedal train case, which isn't too heavy, and then just my little stuff. So I just stopped at the Guitar Center, had to pick up some strings and things on the way to the gig today. And that goes perfectly with what the topic is today, which is preparedness. I'm a big stickler on contingencies. Every little piece of my rig I have a backup for. So that's one of the reasons why I stopped at the Guitar Center today. I typically like to shop local when I can. We have some great local music and guitar stores in the area here in Hampton Roads that I love to frequent. But unfortunately, they're a little bit out of the way for me, and the Guitar Center is on the way to the gig today. So I just stopped there just to pick up some strings, and I got one of those guitar neck holder thingies. It's gonna come in handy for when I change those strings. But back to preparedness. Like I mentioned, I'm a stickler for contingency plans. So for every part of my rig, I have a backup for. And that doesn't necessarily mean like every single little patch cable. I do keep an extra one just in case, because the chances of multiple patch cables going bad at one gig is pretty low. But I have at least one backup just in case. But guitar cables, I have a backup for each one of those. One from the guitar to the pedal board, one from the pedal board to the amp. So I have 4 cables. That also kind of gives me the flexibility if I want to use the effects loop. I have all 4 cables for the 4 cable method if I need it, but a lot of the times I'm just running 2, so I have backups. That's why I always bring 2 guitars to every gig. Sometimes it's tough because I want to bring a guitar that has like a different tuning. I only bring 2 just to keep things organized and pack light as possible. So I always bring 2 guitars that are tuned the same way, and if I need a guitar for a particular gig, I'll bring it. But I'll make sure that guitar is easily tuned back to standard if I needed to. Now, one area of my rig that I wish I had a better contingency for is if my amp goes out. Typically, if I'm on the road, I'll bring some extra tubes, but even then, tubes aren't always the issue with tube amps. So I need to get one of the amp-in-a-box type pedals, like a Iridium, or I know Orange makes one. Something like that I probably should get. If I'm doing gigs where might be worried that the amp might go out, I'll bring my Line 6 HD500X, which I'm still rocking, which if you're not familiar with that one, it's kind of like a Helix. It's like the precursor to the Helix, so it's just a DI straight in. The reason I went back to playing amps though is because not every gig is in-eared, and when you have a direct to the console type setup like the Helix or the 500, if you don't have in-ears or you don't have a really good monitor engineer to give you a good wedge, you're done, because you're not going to be able to hear any of your guitar. So all that being said, right now I'll bring the HD500 if I think I might have an issue with the amp. Luckily the PRS hasn't been giving me any issues so far. I probably just jinxed it, but that's all right. Again, I'm playing with Caleb Folks tonight, so you need to go check him out. He does a little bit of everything. He's very talented. He actually served in the U.S. Army National Guard band for 6 years, I believe, and he is a very talented musician. He's been one of my good friends for many years now. Go check him out, and I'm gonna get some video of the gig. Go ahead.
Howdy y'all, Caleb Folks here. The topic of this vlog is to be prepared. As you'll see here, this is Aloha and my 3-string ukulele. Thankfully, Brother James is prepared with the winder. I stopped by the local guitar store, got some ukulele strings. I'm gonna string these babies up about 5 minutes before we start playing. Let's go. Fish and pigs tonight in Norfolk, y'all.
All right, so we just finished the gig. We're in the back
What's up,
alley with Caleb Folks.
Hi!
And Jordan. Like I said, we just finished our set. We're listening, what are they called again?
Red Stapler Duo.
So they're playing in the background right now. We're about
Fish and Pig.
at the Fish and Pig. We're about to go in and watch them. But Caleb, how did the set go?
I was a toasty little set. Bob FM was out here. It was the grand opening at the Fish and Pig out here in Ghent, Norfolk. I thought it was a great time. I had a blast. Y'all sounded good. Good energy all night.
We tried.
It was fun.
Hi.
Jordan, how did you think it went?
I think it went swimmingly.
There we go. That's all Jordan has to add. All right, well, we're going to play some clips of the set now, so check that out.
That's all I need to be perfectly happy. You can say I'm a little crazy, but that's just fine with me. Come on, it's just me and my ukulele. That's all I need to be perfectly happy. You can say I'm a little crazy, that's just fine with me. So don't be crazy. Drop all your love on And guess what? If you ain't got $1, you can still have a sticker.
What's up, dude? How are you? How you been? I know that guy. What chat? I didn't know I was playing. I just showed up. I just showed up.
Say, oh, my little country boy, can you see me go? Come on, take me, go, go. Come on, take me, go, go. Come on, take me, go, go. Come on, take me, go, 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 go. James boys, let's go. James Bush on the guitar, Jordan Rediford on the cajon. Okay. We hope y'all are having a great time tonight. Congratulations again, the Fish and Pig, for the grand opening.
So I hope you enjoyed the clips of the gig. The gig was on a Wednesday. It's now Friday morning, so it's a full 2 days afterwards, and I realized while I was editing the video that I never talked about what's in the guitar cases. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, so here is the Strat case. As you can see, it's my lovely 60s lacquered Strat, Mexican made. Love this guitar. Put the DiMarzio area 61 pickups in there. Now, the only thing I have in this case, because the Strat was the backup on this gig, is just guitar strap, trem arm, and the little tiny spring. Now, if you don't have that little tiny spring for your trem arm, for your Strat, you need to get it. Just Google Fender Tremolo springs, and it comes up. It allows you to put the trem arm exactly where you want it, and it stays. So, definitely a must-have. All right, so here is the main guitar from the gig, the PRS McCarty 594 Thin Line S2. Love this guitar. But let's talk about what's in the case. So let's start on this side. You'll see guitar strap. I haven't touched anything from the gig, so my sunglasses are also in here. Guitar strap. This is the piece I picked up from the Guitar Center that day, just the neck holder from Diodario. This thing's going to come in handy when I need to change those strings. More strings. Glass slide, and hey, look, some Fish and Pig stickers. The venue that we were at the other day. Cool place. Let's go over to this side. Snark Tuner just as a backup. SM58. I have the black grill on there just so I can tell my SM58s from other people's. This one's made by Onstage, just the black grill. SM57, and then you notice this one doesn't have the logo on it. That way I can tell it from other people's 57s. Guitar picks, I play the Dunlop Tortex, the yellow ones, which are the .73 millimeter. I've just been playing those for years. That's what I use. Little pick holder for the mic stand when I use that. String winder, this is the one that Caleb used in the video that you saw. Capo, this one's made by Diodario, and I like this one because you can adjust the tension on the back just with the screw here. And that's just what I use when I need a capo. I don't use capos very often with electric though. And then here's that extra patch cable that I also mentioned earlier in the video. That's all there. And then just I think this one's made by Ernie Ball, just a micro cloth thing that I use to wipe down the guitar. So that is everything that's in the guitar case, and that's everything that I brought to the gig the other day. I hope you got some good info from this gig vlog. Check out my other videos down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Remember to stay on the path, always get some, and this has been James Bush, out.